Okay, so as you guys may know, on JP, I am completely free to play unlike the global side of the game, and as such, I am going to be doing a summon video here, but the catch is for the summon video, I am doing one summon. I am doing one multi-summon with the tickets from the event. I am, of course, going to save the cubes because I'm free to play. I need to save up those cubes for a future banner, you know, when Shibuya art characters and stuff like that come out. But the other purpose of this video, besides just summoning, I think this is really important for people to know, is what INUMAKI can do and how good he is potentially going to be for the future of the game, and if he's something you want to look forward to, especially if you're a global player or you're thinking about getting him for the future, or even if you're a JP player right now trying to decide if you want to summon for him. I want to go over his kit and kind of tell you what I think about him and and if I think he's going to have value for you in the game. Okay, so we are here on the global wiki, and his artwork for whatever reason has not loaded yet, which is fine. But first off, he does not have a black flash, but that is fine because he's not really a damage character, even though he's gonna like sound like he does damage. He's more of a support character, okay? A really good support character too at that, in my opinion. So his skill 1 deals 97.4% jujutsu damage to the selected enemy if the selected enemy has any cursed speech counts on them. Additionally, he's going to deal 100% jujutsu damage to the selected enemy, just guaranteed. So that becomes 197% jujutsu damage, which is about normal for other characters. So it actually starts at a lower percentage than other characters right there. And then, however, the good thing is the more cursed speech counts the enemy has on them, the greater the damage. You get 50% extra jujutsu damage per count, up to 300% at 6 counts. So you can actually do a lot of really good damage, especially like if you had this at level 10 on a skill 1 if you have 6 counts, which is interesting. And using the skill doesn't remove the counts, which is also good. The ultimate, on the other hand, will remove the counts. If a powerful enemy is targeted by the skill, sacrifices 3% of your HP. Otherwise, it sacrifices 1.5% of your own HP whenever you're attacking. So keep that in mind. The interesting thing about this character, the more you target powerful enemies, the more of your own HP you're going to use. His skill 2, I think this is really insanely good. This is like the upgraded version of rare INUMAKI, just like it's everything rare INUMAKI has in one skill. It's insanely good. So his skill 2, don't move, stuns the selected enemy with a 95% chance at level 1. At level 10, it goes up to a 156% chance, which is crazy. And then he also increases the enemy's taijutsu and jujutsu damage received by 20% for 2 turns. At level 10, it's 40%, which is really solid. And then if a powerful enemy is targeted by this skill, sacrifices 8% of own HP, which is a lot of HP sacrifice, and it costs 30 cursed energy. That's kind of the downside to this skill, but this skill does so much, I kind of understand why it's so costly. And if it's a regular enemy, it's 3% HP. But then the last thing, fills all allies ultimate skill gauge by 124 self-excluded. I don't really like the self-excluded part. I wish it was just for everybody, but at level 10, it's 214 ultimate skill gauge. That is very good, because now when you're using the skill, not only are you giving ultimate gauge like rare INUMAKI, you're also giving extra damage to your allies, and you're also potentially stunning the enemy as well, so they're not going to be able to attack. So this is overall, I think, very solid. This character in particular is going to think about it's effective for red type characters and increasing their damage received specifically. I should have been more specific about that, but think about running like Yuta or Toji with this character. It's going to be very good. His skill 3 is called Rot. Deals 177.2% jujutsu damage to all enemies, inflicts cursed speech on all enemies for 5 turns, 1 count. So this is how you get your cursed speech stacks. It does cost you 15 cursed energy to get that, and in other words, it's going to take you 5 turns to even get 5 stacks, which is not great. So if you max is 6 stacks, right, you need to do this for 6 turns in a row. I don't think that's the craziest. However, it is better if you have a powerful enemy you're going against, because then you're going to inflict 2 stacks for 5 turns, which is a little bit better. So I don't know how I really feel about the stacking, to be honest. I feel like it could be a little bit better. And it's going to say attacks all enemies, but like 177.2%, like the damage isn't super crazy, okay? The purpose of attacking all enemies is to put stacks on multiple enemies at once. And then when you get to your ultimate turn, it's going to allow you to do, hopefully, more damage. Or if you need to use your skill 1, you're going to be able to do more damage as well because of the stacks. If a powerful enemy is targeted by the skill, you sacrifice 6% HP, otherwise it's 2.5%. And then his ultimate split increases own jujutsu damage by 27.9% permanently, well, not permanently, but one time until it's used, I should say. 50%, I believe that's how it works. And then it deals 563.7% jujutsu damage to all enemies. At level 10, it goes up to 1000%. 1000% is a little bit on the lower end for a ultimate attack, in my opinion. Like, other characters are going to have 1500, 1600%, 1999%, depending on the characters you're looking at. So 1000 is a little bit low for a level 10 skill. But they make up for it down here, okay, with the next effect. So if the enemy has cursed speech counts, additionally deals 100% jujutsu damage to the selected enemy. And then the more cursed speech counts the enemy has, the greater the damage. 66.7% extra jujutsu damage per count, up to 600% at 9 counts. When you use this, though, it removes 6 cursed speech counts from all the enemies. So keep that in mind if you do decide to use this. The one thing I don't like is, like, it takes 9 counts to have that full damage addition, and that is going to put you up to 1600, well, technically 1700% jujutsu damage to all enemies, which is good. That's comparable to some of the other, like, top damage dealers, but I just don't like all the stipulations. There's plenty of other characters that deal really good damage without the stipulations of having these stacks, right? So, I mean, overall, like, yes, he can deal some damage, but I would personally think of him more as a support character who can do some damage. Okay, think of him more as support than as a damage dealer, but that damage is nice. If a powerful enemy is targeted by this skill, sacrifices 10% of own HP, and otherwise you're going to sacrifice 4.5% of your own HP. Increases own energy consumption efficiency for 3 turns, which after you use the skill, essentially what this means is it's going to make it easier for you to use your skill 2 because it won't cost you 30 cursed energy to use your skill 2. I'm kind of surprised they don't have in here yet how much cursed energy it will cost after the cursed energy efficiency, but it should be a little bit lower, I do believe. And then we have his auto skill, Throat Medicine. At the start of each turn, recovers own HP by 10%. You only have a 50% chance to activate this, but this is good considering usually you're losing less than 10% HP from most of his skills, even with attacking a powerful enemy, a high damage enemy, right? So overall, I think his skill 2 support is insanely broken and insanely good. I don't really know how I feel about the stacking and his damage overall, but I think just this skill right here makes the character, and it has a lot of value overall for any team where you're going to be running like a red attacker. So when it comes to the teams, I do have the JP recommended team pulled up. So this is the team that they recommend running this new INUMAKI on. This is where you're probably going to get your most value. It is an all red team, and it makes a lot of sense. This is like crazy when you look at it, because Red Yaga is one of the best characters. Gojo is one of the best characters, and now you have him to also buff damage, give ultimate gauge, potentially stun the enemy, like, and then Yuta just to clap cheeks at the end. Like, this is insane. This is so much buffing and debuffing with these 3 characters in the front and then Yuta in the back. Like, it's absolutely crazy. And then you're getting the ultimate skill gauge effect from here. He's giving ultimate gauge. You put this ultimate gauge memory on Gojo, because the sooner he uses his ultimate, the bigger the debuff is going to be on the enemy, so he can do more damage. Like, it's a really good team. So this INUMAKI, I would say, is a very, very solid unit, especially if you have Yuta or if you have the domain expansion Gojo, which a lot of people who are playing JP have these players or characters, and for people on global, most people already have Yuta or Yaga, and then we just need to get domain expansion Gojo. So overall, I think INUMAKI is a very solid support character for anyone that wants to run like a mono red team, especially with the new game mode that just came out on JP. Then for his ranking, according to JP players, he has a powerful stun and debuff, obviously, continuous damage with the curse granting on the stacking, and he can do a pretty good damage, basically is what this says, after he gets those stacks. Overall, they rank him at S rank. So in the tier list, it goes SS, which are these 3, no surprise. Then you have double S, S+, and then he's actually down here. They don't rate him as highly as I thought they would. I thought they would put him in S+, honestly. Things changed. He could potentially move up, but Blue INUMAKI is still higher. Blue Gojo is still higher. Even Rare INUMAKI is still higher. So I'm not going to say he's super necessary for people to run. I think, once again, the biggest problem probably is his cursed energy cost to use that skill. That's really insane. But in the future, he might become potentially a little bit better, but overall he's basically in the middle of the tier list, right? This tier list only goes down to B tier, so I think he's a decent choice if you want to run him. I know a lot of people run Red Nanami, so you can compare him to like Red Nanami. If you like Red Nanami, you'll probably like INUMAKI, so definitely worth potentially getting and trying out. He seems like a lot of fun. So with all of that said, I'm going to take my chances and I am going to summon with my one summon and hope that it works out. Okay, so honestly, I don't think I get anything off of this one multi because that would be insanely lucky. And honestly, I feel like I have been way too lucky on my JP account as it is. I got Miwa, I got Mechamaru, I got Sukuna, I got the Anniversary Gojo, got the Anniversary Itadori, right? Like, this account is stacked. And then I got Nishimiya and Megumi as well. Like, I am very happy with this account. I didn't pull on Yuta when he reran, so that's why you don't see Yuta here. If I had Yuta, all the cards would be complete, right? But this is completely free to play. This is a free to play JP account. I haven't even been able to work on all these characters yet, right? Like Yellow Nanami down there. And I just restarted this account during the JP anniversary because I did have a JP account before that, but I figured it was better to restart, and it definitely was because I was able to get more cubes, more characters overall, better characters overall, and I've just been insanely lucky. So I don't think that luck will continue. If it does, then I just need to stop playing global because like I can't believe I can't believe how lucky my account has been so far. Very thankful for it. I don't expect the luck to continue though. If you guys are summoning on JP, I wish you luck. I hope you get it on the tickets like this right here. If you do decide to spend cubes, I hope you get the character. And if you do get the character, let us know in the comments. How are you enjoying them? Do you think they're good? Do you think they're worth it? I think they have decent value. I don't think they're a must summon character, but I do think that INUMAKI has pretty good value for whatever like red team you want to run. With that said, I've talked long enough. Let's do this. All right, my one summon video. Sorry guys. Might have baited you a little bit with the thumbnail and the title, but if it's him right here, maybe it was worth it. Maybe it was worth it. Black Flash? Okay, don't be just a wreck bit. Come on. It's a wreck bit. Yup, it's a Recollection. No! Oh, I had so much hope. We had the Cursed Energy, we had the Black Flash. It was all going good. Oh man, I'm just gonna skip to the Recollection bit. Well, at least it's new. At least it's new, right? I can't get too upset. We pulled on the banner and we got one of the new things. We got the new Recollection. So really quickly, let me check what that is, and I'll go over it with you guys. Okay, so the new Recollection bit that I just pulled, when command skill or ultimate skill is activated, increases own Jujutsu damage by 30% for 2 turns and recovers own HP by 10%. And then at limit break level 1, at the start of the battle, increases all enemies' continuous damage received by 10% for 1 turn, reactivates every 4 turns lapsed in battle. Interesting. Okay, it seems like an okay Recollection bit. I don't think it's going to be anything too broken. I could be wrong, but I guess I got it now, so that's something. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, please consider going down there, hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe button, and thank you guys so much for watching. Peace.